I started my scuba diving at William Jewell College back in 1994. And I've included my college transcript basically to show that I did take it at William Jewell College. You can't take it now. I don't think any college in Kansas City has scuba diving as a phys ed course. It was a phys ed course at William Jewell College. Now, Oregon State University in Oregon and Gulf Coast State College in Panama City, Florida, still teach scuba diving about as high as you want to go. I believe my instructor's name was John Massa, I think. But I had him and then Dave Randall throughout my scuba thing. But this video was 30 years ago, so it's nothing fancy. There's no underwater photography or nothing like that. It's just a basic with an old RCA VCR.
Yeah. This is your neutral warm-up lever. To start it, just flip this up.
These all private boats, John?
Yeah. I think where this guy makes his money is the slips. Yeah. Just a normal size slip is $400 a month.
$400 a month?
Yeah. Like for these out here. Most of them leave here year round. I talked to somebody the other day, he finally got a slip. He's been on the waiting list for 2 years.
Wow.
see how that's going to do. We'll make a 60 to 80 foot dive, just depending on what we've got visibility-wise, etc. We're going to go down the line. I'm going to take you two at a time. So the first two can get all suited up while I'm doing everything, getting set. And we'll make a dive. Let's figure an 80-foot dive for dive table purposes. So you all need to kind of get your slates out, your dive tables, and figure what it would be for how long we'll have for an 80-foot dive. We'll probably dive about 15-20 minutes because of the visibility and the coolness. Then I'll come up and then the other two will go down. This particular dive, I dive with you each time. All right, some of the things that we want to do on the dive. The main thing that I'm concerned is that you see the difference in buoyancy. So after we get down there, I will signal for you to hang on to the rope and let the air out of your BC. And I just want you to feel how much your wetsuit is compressed and how much buoyancy you've lost. And then, of course, we'll put air back in our BC. We'll do that. Make sure that your ears are cleared and everything else. Just get a feel of it. It's not that dramatic. Then we'll just do a little tour while we're down there and then come back up. So the main thing we're going to get is the feeling of loss of buoyancy and the depth. And again, a lot of it's going to depend on how much visibility we have as to how deep we go. Be sure you have enough weight. While I'm diving with setting the rope and everything, if you want to check your weights out, you can go ahead and get in without the wetsuit on. Without the BC on. Without your regulator in your mouth, and just check to make sure you're neutrally buoyant. You have to add some more. There's some more weights around here. Otherwise, you're going to go just with tops. You're going full suit? Yeah. What are you going to do? Full suit? You're going full suit. Okay. I'll probably go with full suit too. I know about how much weight I have, but I might have to add some. Is that going to get close? We don't have any big waves come along. After I get in, somebody can see it. Okay, now working off of a boat, it takes a little cooperation and help. First thing you want to do is find yourself a little designated area that's yours, and we'll all respect that, and you'll respect ours. If you get in the habit of just throwing your junk all over everything, you'll find that you'll end up getting in somebody else's bag, and it really gets confusing. So get yourself a little space, and that'll be your territory, and we'll all honor that, and you'll honor ours, and we'll get along okay. Keep sliding. Just set right on it. Oh, he said, I found it. So that's a good thing he didn't make a late peek. Okay. Thought you were already getting ahead. The build pumps at work. Okay, we need to, right now, just drop the tube over so it'll float on this side of the boat. Show me that yellow line. I got two students. Okay, Christina, you want to man the board or the? Well, with my eyes and everything, I think it's. I think I'm tied off at 70 feet. I don't have my bifocals, so I can't read this here. And you can make a stride off here, okay? Get anything? Good. Yeah, you can make a stride off
You
here.
see me coming up with a smiling face, get goose, did you?
You might want to have your gear set up there.
Huh?
You might want to go ahead and get your gear set up. I don't know what they're going to
You both giving her your hair?
Oh, yeah, Scott, you gave her your hair?
Yeah. Drop that, yeah.
do. Y'all do it, I did.
Let's go. Okay. It'll go over some trees. What you might do is just kind of pull yourself over and go down head first to get over those trees so you don't drag through it. Okay, I can't remember whether it touches. It touched when I went over, but it might be above it. But there is some monofilament in that, so just stay above that. When we get down to where I'm tied off, we're okay. And I'm going to point to you one at a time, and I want you to do that dump. And I'll point to you there. Hold on to the rope with your right hand and dump the air. Feel the difference. Okay. And as soon as you felt the difference, just go ahead and pump up. Pumping up is an experience too, because you'll hear it run longer. As soon as you both done that, we'll just kind of drift along. There's some trees and things down there, but we might just do a little dive down at that depth, maybe a little deeper, and then we'll come back up and you can finish off with a shallower depth. This is kind of interesting when you come back up and you just kind of take along that rock wall, stay down about 20, 30 feet. It's interesting. Light help down there. Yes, no, you got it. Right there. Go ahead and take it if you want. I think he's got his. I want the light. Right there on the chair. Put it on. The yellow. Okay, and like before, if you lose track of your buddies, come to the surface.
We're gonna need a light.
Well, I'll tell you after this one. No, you don't need it, but they're playing with them, I think.
He's just using dance and I was just doing this all by himself.
Okay, I'll go down the line first. You just kind of follow me. Watch your ears as you clear. As you go, make sure you're clearing. It takes a little while to clear, that's okay. Ready to go down? Check the time. Timing us.
Gotcha.
Now, the gentleman who is teaching us here is John Massa, M-A-S-S-A, and I checked with I called William Jewell College, and they checked their records back to 1994, and John was the instructor. That's me right there holding that silly dog. Somebody brought a dog along, and that's me after my scuba dive, after my deep dive. Anyway, William Jewell called, and John was the instructor for phys ed SCUBA in 1994. And John took me up through Divemaster. So he taught me from 94 to about 98 or 99. It took 4 or 5 years to get there. And once, probably the hardest part of that was had to do a thing where your hands and head are out of the water, and you have no fins on, nothing on but a set of trunks, and you have to keep your hands out of the water and not touch the water It was either for 1 or 2 minutes, and it took me a long time to get that done. That was the hardest thing about the Divemaster course for me. But you make all kinds of trips, scuba diving, and you help people, and you help instruct, and all that kind of stuff. And then when I got my Divemaster rating, Dave Randall bought the shop from John, and he'd put me through my assistant instructor, the AI they call it, assistant instructor training. That took about a year, and you teach and help do stuff, help with the students. If anybody has trouble, you help with them. You give speeches, you teach classes, and all that kind of stuff. But it was a lot of fun. I haven't done it for a while, but it was a lot of fun, and had a good time with it. And I could recommend it to anybody. The most fun you have is maybe 10 or 15 feet down, and that's where you see most of the fish and everything. But the deep dive that this trip was for was one of the qualifications to move on up to Divemaster. You got to go down 90 feet. It seems like we went 80, and a lot of fun. And I believe this was the Lake of the Ozarks down there. And that's about it, all I can think to talk about on this. Except the scuba diving was fun and had a good time with it. So. Now both John Massa and Dave Randall were both excellent scuba instructors, and they were both PADI instructors, PADI, which is the Professional Association of Diving Instructors. That is PADI, PADI, big organization, and both wonderful men. My highest respect to both of them, and because of this, I put my youngest boy, Dr. John, paid for his scuba course and paid for it, and he did it and liked it and had a good time with it. And then I paid for my oldest daughter, Dawn Maria, for her scuba course, and she did not like it and did not do it. So you never know, do you? But anyway, have a good day, and thanks for watching. Now, I wanted to say that I was 50 years old in 1994 when I started scuba lessons, and John Massa said I was the worst swimmer he had ever instructed, but I improved, and so can you.